The news that the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine had shown 90% effectiveness in early trials led to a bounce on the stock markets and a rush of orders from across the world. The UK had already pre-ordered 40 million doses. The European Union will sign a deal for 300 million doses on Wednesday. And Germany says it hopes to finalise a deal for 100 million doses in the coming days. There is a sense of cautious optimism, despite some lingering questions.
We don't know really how well this vaccine works in older people. We'll have to see if there are enough data to tell us that. Pregnant women haven't been studied. Studies in children are just beginning. But long journeys, first steps, that's wonderful. It looks as though we're making progress.
Progress in places, at least. The United States says Americans could start being immunized against COVID in December. But in Africa and Asia, lower and middle-income countries are looking on in dismay. They're part of a joint initiative called COVAX, which relies on the financial support of richer countries. And in the race to vaccinate, charity apparently begins at home. Wealthy nations, representing just 13% of the world's population, have already pre-ordered 51% of the production of the leading COVID vaccine candidates. Around 1.3 billion doses have already been bought up by the United States, the UK, the European Union and Japan. The UK has pre-ordered enough for 5 doses for each citizen. That's more per capita than any other country. In contrast, the 92 countries relying on the international COVAX initiative have secured only a fraction of the 1 billion doses they need for even 1 dose per person. That means around half of the world's population is being left exposed. It's a phenomenon called vaccine nationalism.
The hoarding of physical vaccine supplies is regrettable but unsurprising, but the hoarding of intellectual property and the know-how on how to manufacture these vaccines is an unacceptable barrier to rapidly scaling up production of an effective vaccine around the world, and it only serves the purpose of profit maximization.
It's not the only issue. The Pfizer vaccine needs to be stored at -70 degrees.
Given the volume and velocity of vaccine distribution, regardless of whether it's 2 to 8 degrees C or at -80, no vaccine cold chain is ready or capable of meeting this volume of demand.
And there are also concerns that the intense competition to produce a vaccine is risky. On Tuesday, Russia announced it's rolling out its Sputnik V vaccine for domestic use, despite the fact that late-stage trials haven't yet finished. And Brazil's health regulator has halted clinical trials of the Chinese-developed CoronaVac vaccine candidate after reports of an adverse serious event. Random samples of public opinion across Europe reveal a broadly even split between those keen to be vaccinated and those who would prefer to wait until much more data is available.